we have some questions for the Merrie Monarch, but I do want to read some.
Which the meeting is tomorrow. So let's hope that somebody's
this won't
questions
come out. This won't come out till after, so you're good.
Yeah, no, rock and roll.
So I just wanna. So I was researching you as I researched my guests. I was just like, okay, let me just look at some of the videos. And
you know all that stuff you find online is bullshit, right?
This is actually the comments on social media about your performance. Okay.
Shoot.
So this is just what I saw from TikTok, from YouTube. Hands down, they should have won. Period. Every time I see this, I get chicken skin. He should have won. We love Academy of Fine Arts. The judges kinda gotta change their mindset. His halal is always a winner to me. Next year, one halal will copy his dance, then win. Ignorance to me. Perfection. The foot drums are chicken skin. Wow, I'm so happy to see his halal. I hope one day you'll get the official credit you deserve. I know the people crowned you a long time ago. It's a joke that these. I got one.
But just no, go to the other side. Give me the negative side.
I didn't see any. From what so this is from the people on social media, okay? It's a joke that these wahine didn't even place for Kahiko. Aha, this deserves so much more credit for the pride and innovation that they show. Aha, the people's champ. Oh, wait, the judges for not giving the halal what they deserve. Y'all ate. We will always be the People's Choice Award because judges be judging. And this is on another video of how Merrie Monarch is judged. I thought they judged by the amount of numbers appearing on the check slid under the table. Absolutely stunned that Aha did not win. It reminded me of the movie Strictly Ballroom, where the most talented, innovative dance could never win because judges had an agenda. There's also another comment of something about Oha.
But you gotta.
So this is from the audience side, the people side.
Perfect. So you know the kind this thing that you're talking about, and I'm thinking that possibly that Merrie Monarch is gonna take into consideration or think about this People's Choice Award kind of stuff and everything. And if they was to ask me on my perspective, I would say, why do you need that? Why, Merrie Monarch, we are the creators of hype. And why you want to get tangled up in your own hype for? Mm-hmm. This is what we do. As we're supposed to be out there and we're supposed to inspire. That's what hula is, to me, supposed to do, inspire us. Why would you want to get caught up in all of that? I said, I do recognize too, and my halal, they are, they're the closest to the dynamite. So when a thing explodes, they get blasted first. Mm-hmm. And for me, to teach halal, he said, you need to be well educated on what you're reading out there. That is line 12. Yeah, but there's 12 categories. That's line 12, the overall perspective. That's what the audience sees. And that's great. But they're not looking at all these little categories that go in between that makes the difference of points too. Mm-hmm. So the overall, which I think should be changed personally to reflect the total of all scores, is only worth 10. But you can get a maximum of 125 points. But overall, line 12 is only worth 10. Mm-hmm. So if you get 1, 2, 3 all the way for the first spot and 10 on overall, you get one total of 21 points versus 125 points. Mm-hmm. So the audience doesn't see that. They are reacting to what they see overall. And I appreciate that. And I'm not here to tell them what they should like or what they shouldn't like. They are responding like we just straight off the bat. And they said, and for anybody else, there's Kumu hula that like raise their voice on telling people how and what and this and that to explain. Don't make yourself look small. Because if you don't like something, you're going to voice your opinion too. And you don't want anybody to tell you, you're not supposed to be like that and whatever. Just shut up, hum out your face, sit back and let them express themselves too. I said, but don't get upset because one of us is getting that. I said, in the ending, I'm doing my job. It elevates hula. Mm-hmm. And if one of us is getting it and elevates it, in light of all of us, we shouldn't. I don't have a problem with that. I said I can recognize what is beautiful and that is inspiring, and I try my best is to be like that. Do I do that in the beginning? Is that the intent? There's nothing like that in creating this hula. There's nothing like that goes into it. And I tell my Homana that, do you think I sit down here and think about the end product? I said, that's not what I'm doing. I look at the song. I look at the mele. I spend lots of time trying to understand what this mele is conveying. I said, and I think the difference between I and Hawaii, I'm not going to say Hawaii, Kumu hulas by and large is um, the olelo, which we all say is important. Yeah. And I agree 100% that narrative is super important, but no one ever talks about how to deliver the narrative. If we're going to talk about love, then why does it sound like that? Just a song that just was done. If we're going to talk, well, it's in the words. Yeah, but I can tell you, yeah, I love you, as if you believe me, versus tell you, oh, I love you. The delivery
I felt that.
sound.
I felt that.
You felt that right there.
I felt that.
Well, you got that thing
Yeah,
going.
my heart is
Oh,
kind of racing a little bit.
yeah. So the deliverance of the word is just as important as the words itself. How we deliver that. And today in Merrie Monarch, I kind of look at, in the old days, they had the kind of compulsory. Everybody had to do the same song. But, so everybody did Kavika. You watch 30 performances of Kavika. And, it's like an endurance test for the audience to see how much pain they could take, Eya no Kavika, Eya no Kavika, 30 times plus how many years. It's an endurance test until they started figuring out that, hey, Kubuhulas would have this elective song that they could do on the back end of that because you had 10 minutes. And those songs is what people wanted until it seemed that we took the compulsory song and just left the elective. The difference between then and now is I get to go on stage and be elective versus the other 29 groups that want to sound compulsive. Sorry about it, but if you don't put extra time into thinking about how to convey those words because you think that this is the way that we're supposed to sound, as if life never changes, then it's a matter of choice. But when they get on the floor, don't be mad at those audience who recognize the difference. I say it because that's redundant.
Yep. I don't know if you saw, but you broke the 2024 Merrie Monarch Instagram page.
Sorry.
They turned off the comment sections because of, I wouldn't say specifically you, but some other hulas as well, that was like very popular by the people. And then like even Miss Aloha hulas, like they said, this one should have won. There's always those things.
Yeah.
And it's different now because social media is so relevant now. Back in the days, if, they had issues with some of the hulas or how the judges decided, it was like, yeah, that other halau should have won. It's just like you're talking, you're gossiping. I see this. I think the best way in my mind to explain that what you're talking about to, like, I don't know, a regular local boy like me is UFC. How when we watch UFC, we want to see the spinning kicks, we want to see the knockouts, we want to see the cool elbows. We want to see stand up fighting. Then you get the everyday wrestler, super boring. Take them down, hold them down for 5 minutes. Rounds over, they get 1 point. For that round, and you see that over and over, and it's the most boring fight. And you just want them to stand up and do something new, something exciting. And then the fight ends. The judges give it to the boring wrestler guy who was just holding the guy down the whole entire fight. And everybody's mad at the judge. Everybody's like, mad at the fighter because it's like, yeah, you won, but that was so boring. And
I when we call Merrie Monarch, the first thing the halau does, and then make them do that, is you send a letter of thanks to mahalo the judges and to mahalo Anti-Luf and Merrie Monarch for the opportunity to go to Merrie Monarch. I said, the critique is the critique. And what you're getting from the judges, yeah. He said, I said, is the judge's perspective on what they see. And I said, you go look at your video. I said, that video that you're looking at, yeah, has been tailored. They said, what you mean? Yeah, those people sit in the front while you practice, taking notes and when to switch the camera and all these other kind of things that's going on like that. You best go watch yourself real closely. Yeah, because you know what the kind when they see you make a mistake, switch to camera A or switch to camera. They try to hide as many of that
Mhm.
to keep it at that level. I said, but go watch your performance. Now, what do you think? When you get past the glamour of feeling good about yourself, now if you want to be uh, a dancer, yeah, you want to be a dancer. That's what that's what you want to be. Go critique yourself. It will tell me what kind. Now, what do you say about what the judges saw? And some of them, Goalies, I think the judges were very generous.
Mhm.
I said, yeah. I said, you don't need somebody to tell you how shitty you are. And you don't need to tell somebody how good you are. You know when you leave that floor, when if you solid, it doesn't make a difference. When you're not solid, it don't make that much difference either. But if somebody recognizes, bah, I said, he goes, well, Combs, you're the hardest one. I said, bah, I'm the one who taught you to dance. I'm the one to show you all the steps, how to move and why to move that way. I said, I'm the hardest person to please. But the next academy dancer, yeah, you're the academy is the hardest
Mhm.
person to please because you folks are schooled not in artistic expression. You guys are schooled in the science of movement and
Mhm.
why we move like that. So the judges only know what the judges know. As far as what we do, the judges are ignorant.
Mhm.
Let's put it straight up and forward. They know what they know based on where they come from. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if me personally, if you're a judge and you are putting anything else other than what the score sheet say right there, well, this is the way we was taught. You so far off base. This is not you. it- It's not based on you. It's based on this performance is based on me. Now judge me according to me,
Mhm.
not judge me according to you.
Or the
It-
past or
yeah,
any other
yeah,
agendas.
yeah.
Yeah,
I said, this
ulterior
is not
motives.
about you. This is about
Yeah.
me. You're an extra set of eyes and an extra set of ears
Mhm.
for things that that I might have missed along the way too.
Mhm.
When I judge, I said, this has nothing to do with me. I'm just here to help. I'm here to serve you. Oau
Mhm.
kau kawa. I'm
Mhm.
your servant. And I'm not, you don't give me this title of judging and then I become Mo'i. Fuck, this it has nothing to do with me. This is all about you. I said, but anybody else who says this and this, uh, I'd be more than happy. I tell you what, put it on the floor. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, it's cool to hear the judging and the halal side of it because I speak from a more ignorant place of just the general audience.
I'm running for the president of ignorance.
No, but I think I just want to bring this up because I want to um I want people to know that, the general audience, my perspective, people not super into hula, we're coming from a place of like, we want entertainment. Just like the UFC fight, we want to see knockouts. It's more exciting than grappling and wrestling. So, but then when you're in it, when you are, you're a Kumu hula, you're a Haumana, you're from a halau, you see the intricacies of it. You see, just like if you grapple, you do jujitsu, you're like, to us, ugh, that's so boring when they're just rolling around, grabbing each other. But for somebody who does jujitsu, they're like, wow, that's so high level. So, for the people who are in hula, they're seeing that even though it might be boring to us, the general public, they're like, wow, that is so amazing. The way he or she like had their arm at this level and held it so and their chin was high. Like all these little things that we don't really notice. So I think that's the difference between like the general audience and people in halal, and social media is the general audience.
Yeah, that's going back to line
Yeah.
12, the overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other stuff that like as we're discussing all of these things. What is historical, yada yada, this and that. I was gonna tell you, but don't say traditional because that's an overused and
Mm-hmm.
abused word. Traditional for me, hula is the tradition. Yeah, and we're talking about what anti folks or tutu folks did in the old days, but that's not tradition. That's nostalgia. So this is nostalgia, and this is today. But we all fall in the line of hula, and it's not more or less. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to say that this is more than this is so absurd to me.
Mm-hmm.
But um,
I think it's kind of like music. Music, we have different genres and it's always evolving, right? Overall, it's hula. Overall, it's music. But it can have old school, it could have new school. I think in general, it's still music.
It's all built,
Yeah.
it's Hawaiian music.
Yeah.
For me, Hawaiian music, now get plenty different kind of Hawaiian music. Hawaiian is akamai.
Mhm.
They can um they can hear and observe things just like everybody else. They can hear stuff from around the world, and I can recognize what people are looking at out there, what's in about, what catches the ear of, and you can see that slowly coming back. The locals is looking for the same thing. Hawaii here, they are captured and captivated by certain sounds that they can do. Most of them is because it's easy. Yeah, if it's easy and it's cool, we can rock on them. Hawaiian music was like that too, easy. It's similar to chanting, and they kept the music right around that. They kept it simple. It kept it running, and eventually became complicated. But hula Hawaiian music for me is danceable. If we can dance hula to it, that's Hawaiian music. Island music and all these other kind of reggae stuff, that's if you cannot dance to it, that's not Hawaiian music to me. That's just the island music.
Island music, yeah,
But
exactly.
not Hawaiian music.
I agree.
We got Olelo inside there. Yeah, but if I can't dance to it, that's
What about skanking? Is that
what is
counts?
that?
Skanking.
What do I just saw somebody skanky walking down. Some skanky
that
guy
count?
walking. I don't know what the skanky is, but okay. It sounds like stinky, but okay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
These again, if you cannot dance to them, it's not. It's kind of it's hard for me to understand. And yeah, for
Okay.
me basically, you know, keep it Hawaiian and keep it entertaining, bro. That's the rules of hula. Keep it Hawaiian and keep it entertaining.
Yeah. But then some people say Hawaiian is traditional.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what your view of that is, right?
Yeah, Hawaiian is traditional.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Being Hawaiian is that's the tradition. And if anything that anybody say about the different parts of hula, this and that, when it's no longer Hawaiian, then you cannot be a part of the tradition. When it's not Hawaiian, then we say that's when you stand up and say that's not Hawaiian. And by not being Hawaiian, you cannot be a part of the tradition. Not to say that tomorrow the next generation might get somebody who's real akamai that can connect the music of today to those kind of things, and we're gonna have the same fight again because another generation has progressed farther than our ability, and at the present time, I'm not adequate to do that. I can only go to so far, and once it gets past that, I can do it. It's just I don't allow myself to get that far. But it's seemingly, I'm far enough from the norm for them to go, oh, that brother's outside the box.
Do you like that?
I like trying to get back in the box, but they want to let me in. They all trying to get out. I'm trying to get in. He got stuck at the door.
They see you come in from the window, they're like, close the door.
No, I think Hawaii is quite passive aggressive.
Totally.
They're
Oh
like,
my gosh.
oh, I love him. That kind of said that. Turn around. It depends on different circles, and I'm well aware of it.
I can imagine how the hula community is. It's probably so. I don't want to say give them a bad light, like petty, but I know there's a lot of things like drama that goes on within the hula community.
No, I hear quite. I hear quite a lot, and but I also see that hula is this beautiful thing that we can use for everything. I mean, I see it here. Trying to collect the community together. You're trying to get spirituality. You're trying to this and that other thing, and then they have a problem. It's not entertainment. What are you talking about? Not entertainment. Merrie Monarch is this the highest level of hula, the highest level. I mean, I heard this beautiful thing from Professor Taupori Tangaru. Beautiful, so akamai. I mean, these guys is so akamai, and how they say that hula used to be real simple because everybody knew the olelo. I went, my God, this makes so much sense. And in that deliberation is a piece that's missing. Yeah. Uh, when we lived in a time bubble hidden on the other side of the horizon. Yeah. As soon as that thing opened up to the world, that time bubble exploded. There's no way to keep us in that bubble. To say that we can go back there and make hula more simple by us learning more olelo is, to me, a total contrast of me going, the more olelo you know, the more complex you can make things, the more you can elaborate all these things. And it's a total different contrast. And in doing so, they often get a whole lot of people to learn real simple stuffs altogether. My thing is, so because the olelo is important, and to demonstrate that, we're going to get 300 or 400 people to demonstrate that and come out and show you how by simplifying the motions and using the olelo, we can get it across. I said, my question is the olelo impressive? The hula that you're doing with these 300 people impressive? Or the amount of people that you have doing these motions, what's impressive? I see it because I see it. I don't see it. I don't see it as I see it. The impressiveness is the amount of people that you can do. I said, but I do understand what you're saying, that the olelo is important. My thing is how you deliver that olelo is important. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, Olelo no Eau states that Ilea no ka hula i ka ho'opa. Yeah. Is the 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 hula is made, or the hula is made pleasant by the ho'opa. I said, is it the words that he's saying or how he's saying the words that makes it pleasant to your ear?